Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor
I'm the one that's going to say that.
at being professional.
Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at being professional, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And my name is Isaac. And together, we are the Two Poor Artists.
Oh, we're going with like the cool cartoon intro.
We've never actually said that before. Like, I don't even know that we've ever called ourselves the Two Poor Artists.
Mm-hmm. Except for like in our descriptions and our comments, where we're like, although I usually say like, we here at the Two Poor Artists or something like that.
I mean, yes, our entire...
Like as if we're, as if we have staff and there's people.
There are people. There's us. There's Josh sitting in the corner.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, we have people. But everything is going to change with the Two Poor Artists.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Because just this past week, we have become professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them about it, Benj.
Yep. We put up for auction one of our fine pieces of art.
Like, tell me that something doesn't like sound more professional, artisty.
And after a bid from Isaac's wife, we got another bid.
Yes, it wasn't sold within the family.
Mm-hmm. We got another bid, and we sold this piece of art.
That's right. We have sold a piece of our art.
Mm-hmm. We gained ourselves a nickel and some chips.
I mean, some people might scoff at that, but what more do you really need other than food and money?
Yeah, we're no longer poor, starving artists.
I mean, we're a little less poor and starving. It's been a week.
The
chips ran out.
Like a few chips
this morning.
It's like a handful of chips and a nickel.
Yeah, it doesn't get you that far, but what it does do is it makes you professionals.
Yes. I'm gonna read here the second part C definition on Merriam-Webster's definition of professional.
Do go on.
It means engaged in by persons receiving financial return.
Oh, like we did art, and in response to our art, there was a financial return?
Yep. Thus, we have become professional by this definition of professional.
All right. If we had a soundboard, this is where cheering and applause would happen. Just add your own cheers and applause, because obviously you're excited for us.
Yep. Because now you're not, I mean, you used to be excited for yourselves as well, because now you're not just listening to two poor artists. Yeah. You're listening to two poor professional artists.
Yeah, we're not changing the...
we're still poor artists.
We're still just two poor artists, but professionals.
Yes.
One day, people will look us up in the art history books.
And see us right next to nose first and mangled hand.
Our styles in the art textbook on the page of like what not to do.
And just so you guys know, even if we were to gain extreme wealth and riches from our art, we would still be poor artists because we're still lacking in skill.
Yeah, I mean, it is true that we're poor, and in that a nickel only goes so far, but that's not why we call ourselves the poor artists.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we are poor in wealth. That's true.
Very true.
But on top of that, and more importantly, we are poor at art.
Yes, entirely. So you've seen us. You've watched, and if you haven't, just stick around.
Yes.
Because...
And just wait till Isaac puts a marking on this page.
A single mark is all it will take.
It's gonna be something.
But can I put a shameless plug out there for our YouTube channel? Because...
You mean Facebook or YouTube? I mean, we're on YouTube. I'm just saying, like, wow, you can plug our YouTube channel all you want, but they're already on it.
If you're here, just please stay. Please don't go anywhere. Like, just plugging what's already here. No, our Facebook page. If you haven't gone and liked and followed our Facebook page, that is where all current and upcoming and past auctions shall be posted first.
At the moment, we're planning to put one auction every week up on our Facebook page.
Yes. Like why? What? Of course.
Yep. I mean, we're not going to promise to be consistent with that as well as, I mean, the fact that we actually never missed a week putting up videos for over a year now
You should applaud because
is
we're
surprising.
impressed with ourselves over that.
Because, I mean, it's like, I wouldn't have guessed that we would have never missed a week.
Yep, because we're not that good.
But putting something up for auction is even harder because, like, we can't do it in advance or
True.
anything. You know, it's like, I mean, I guess we could draw it in advance.
Yeah,
That
we
makes sense.
We drew this at lunch today, actually.
Yeah.
Today's auction upcoming.
Yep.
It's going to be wonderful. But in case you're not interested in giving your hard-earned money to us, I offer you this drawing for free.
Yes.
Might not make us professional. It makes us YouTube artists, but there's I like the ring of professional.
Yes.
Poor artists. Just rolls off the tongue.
It's great.
All those extra syllables.
Yep. I mean, it's the only reason we actually sold our art is because we wanted to be called professional.
Exactly. Like, we can put it on our business cards if we ever make them.
Yep. On our resumes
If we ever make them.
for our future
We can
jobs.
tell our grandmas
Yep.
if we ever see them.
I don't know why you keep adding all these if we ever to
Told
everything.
your grandma about our channel?
I don't know. I mean, last time I saw my grandma,
That's the sound of shame.
I
ladies and
wore
gentlemen.
I mean, like, I wore my shirt
Oh, yeah.
multiple times. And I think my mom told my grandma about our channel
Well, you
while
know,
I
that
was
in and
there.
of itself says something that you're...
Like, the conversation was had with that extended part of my family about my channel existing. I just don't remember if I'm the one that specifically told my grandma or not.
I don't know if my grandma knows. I should call her after this and see if she sounds disappointed. In case you don't recognize what I'm drawing right now, it's because you didn't check out last week's Facebook auction.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a recreation
Yeah. Now, see,
of our
these
drawing.
drawings we do on the Facebook, one part is done by Isaac and one part's done by me.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
doing your part of this.
So
Well,
this week, Isaac, or this last week, you know, the one that he's drawing right now, he drew the first part, which was the little guy with the big hammer. And I drew the second part, which is the big guy with the little hammer.
yeah, the part that I drew looks just like what I drew last week. The part you drew looks different.
Yeah, interesting. Since it
That's how
was someone
style
else. You didn't do the nose first style, even though that guy doesn't have a nose.
It's very tricky to do nose first style without a nose.
Yeah, it's true, but it is possible. That's what you'll read in the history books about nose first style for characters with no noses.
That'll be the chapter name. All right. So that's what we sold at auction.
Mm-hmm.
We sold a physical copy too. Nothing
Yes.
digital about it. Real ink.
The
on
person that
real-
bought it had it in their hands.
Yes, real ink on real napkin.
Yes. Ballpoint pen ink, of course.
Of course. There's no other kind.
In fact, I'm wearing the pen on my shirt
You
right
literally
now.
do have the pen clipped onto your polo shirt
Yep.
right now.
It's not my pen. It belongs to our friend.
Because think
And I was
about-
told to make sure I return it
like, I know that we clarified
with my life.
I know that we clarify we're poor in skill, but think about the financial poor definition. Nothing says poor artist. Like, we borrowed a pen
Yes.
to draw on a napkin.
It's all we could
We
afford.
didn't have a pen.
We didn't have a pen. We don't have pens
Uh,
very much, unless somebody gives us a pen.
yeah, it's embarrassing. You know how many people ask us for autographs, and we're like,
And we're like, we don't have a
I don't
pen.
have a pen or a napkin.
Yep.
Just so much.
All those people right now waiting outside your house, wishing we could give them an autograph.
Yeah, people climbing up the ladders to just get a glimpse of what masterpieces we're working on. I mean, I could just stop right there. There's the drawing we sold.
Yeah.
Right? Made as professional artists. Sign it.
Mhm.
But no, I'm giving a glimpse into the future.
Right.
The future of professional artists. I mean, you think about professional artists. We were talking about like actual professional artists. Like people always are like Van Gogh. He's the epitome of beautiful art and the best artist that ever lived. He sold one thing to like a friend of a cousin or something like that. When we sell our second
I thought he
piece,
sold it to Amy Pond.
oh well, that was different.
Oh, okay.
That's Doctor Who. But when we sell our second piece, we will be more professional
Mm-hmm.
than Van Gogh,
Right.
assuming our second piece
Yeah.
sells.
Yeah. Like he wasn't a professional artist, not really. I mean, he
Yeah.
sold one thing,
We're
so
gonna
he
be
was a professional. But like
sued.
the minimal definition.
Coming soon, we will be more professional
Mhm.
than Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in for a second.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be all pretentious and, like museums will have our napkins up for display
Mm-hmm.
one day.
And then of course there'll be that hotel
Oh yeah, the Two Poor Artists Hotel will open.
where all the art in the whole hotel is done by us.
That's just a great idea. Again, no one's reached out yet.
Yep. We're still waiting for that email. Right now the only emails we have are things Isaac signed us up for some reason.
Did I sign us up for stuff?
Yeah, we keep getting an email being like, Isaac invited you to something.
Well, it's unrelated.
I figured.
I felt sad every time I checked the email and we didn't have an email, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll just sign us up for some spam.
Yeah, just like email us. Isaac signed you up for our free spam.
That's exactly what's happened. I mean, tell me that
I mean, that's what it seems like happened. Oh, I see you're using the fancy words and not even the artist people. Like, no museum has that word printed anywhere
Yeah.
on it.
Go look up that word, because as we're professional artists now, we had to know all of the fancy art
yes.
words. So we had to go look up pretentious art terms.
Yep. So we know them now.
Yeah, I mean, we figured people are going to start using them with us, so we had to get ahead of
See,
this.
and that's the problem. People always assume that professional artists are pretentious, so they talk to you pretentiously. But like, was any actual professional artist ever pretentious? I don't think
just
so.
the people who talk about professional artists are pretentious.
Yeah. Like if you went and found Leonardo da Vinci or someone,
Yeah.
like would they have been pretentious? I doubt
I
it.
really don't know. Like, I would guess not. Maybe like modern artists like Picasso. He was probably a little bit
Maybe.
pretentious, like just because he, had to be.
What is this?
It's a person. Can't
Yeah,
you?
what part? The head.
It's the back of the head. It's the back of your head. You should recognize.
Oh man. I feel so disgraced.
For not recognizing your own head.
No, that's not. This isn't how we agreed to draw each other.
If it doesn't look like you, just it's in the future. So whatever you're seeing is just how I envision the future.
My hair is so thin.
Yeah, again, the future. When they're finally opening up like our third museum of our collected works.
Neither of my grandparents have hair that thin.
You're gonna choose this style.
I'm gonna like thin out my hair.
The thinning artist style, they call it. Due to the fact that
Oh, what happened to me? Why are my arms bigger than my body?
this is what
I lost so much weight. And also got super buff.
because we're still starving this many years later.
But why am I so buff?
It's not, it's baggy.
But just the arms.
It was
Who
like-
made this shirt?
From the shelter.
Yeah, but who made the shirt? The arm is like longer than the other. By a lot. Oh, and you're actually putting my hand up there. Just this other hand even showing the hand.
This sleeve is longer. So all that sticks out of your fingertips.
It's still like one arm is significantly longer
It's just
than the
how
other.
you're standing, okay?
Oh man, this is the worst drawing of me I've ever seen.
Thank you. Why is the pen giving up? There. Future you. You're welcome. You are.
I'm not thankful though. And I see the hand mangler got to me.
Yes. It's inevitable. The real life hand mangler is going to come after us because of my drawings.
Yep. I'll be like, you've been giving me a bad name in your drawings.
Makes you feel any better. This is me.
Oh.
Professionalism is not going to be good for us. Health-wise, apparently.
I'm not liking this future.
Well, it's too late. We're professionals now.
You're so tiny.
It's my style.
What?
It's
Like
not addressed.
the fact that you went outwards at all.
I was going for baggy. We don't know what the future style is going to be.
I can tell you it's not this.
Could be. Could be.
And we're both wearing our pants super low. Like, when I put my hands down, when most people put their hands down, it goes past their waist.
This is me wearing my drawing glove. As in the future, I'm going to be known for that.
Yeah, you'll always be wearing it. Even when you're, like, painting or something, like, that wouldn't use
Yeah,
it.
it's always going to be there. On my not drawing hand.
On your left hand.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, why does my hair not go down far enough? Hang on. I have like some neck hair.
You, like, added a weird shape.
I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what it is? It's my artist turtleneck.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's colored in.
I'll wear stripes for no apparent reason with,
With a colored in
a solid
top.
turtleneck.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna have like patches on your clothes.
okay. So I'm like super hobo, and you're like,
Yeah, but it's like it's like an artist thing. You're like, if you don't understand our style, you just don't.
mhm,
You're not, pretentious enough.
right.
People will mimic this out
Yeah.
of like.
It will be professionals. Like, well, at this point, we'll have money. This is a choice. I purposely went to the dumpster outside of the homeless shelter and took the clothes. But what? What? Oh, we're both saying it. So true.
Professional and coming like in our pockets, just like cash.
So much.
You have some coins spilling out of yours.
Except we wouldn't have made money from this particular painting because it's no longer
This
drawing.
is just okay.
Because it's no longer in our
I
possession.
didn't actually explain the meaning of this pretentious like French word, but it means like this is like our collected art,
Mm-hmm.
like our whole life collection.
Right.
You know? So eventually, there'll just be a haul of
Mm-hmm.
pour art. I'll
Yes.
call it.
We'll walk down the hall.
And it'll
just
start with the
all
first
of
thing
our
we ever
stuff.
sold. Like, we'll have to track down Kaylin and get her to
Sell it to the
frame.
museum.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at that point, she'll be pretentious enough too, since she's already purchased art. She's
Mhm.
pretty pretentious. once
Yes,
you
of
buy-
course.
She'll be like, "Oh, I'll donate my collection." Yes,
So it'll be like
that's what
at
fancy people
the
always
museum.
do. You always go to a museum. It's like this, this Monet was donated by the Kaylin Anderson Foundation
Mhm.
for the betterment of child arts appreciators incorporated. The third.
Yep. I don't know where the third comes from.
I don't know.
The third organization
It's but
with that exact name.
like we're already professional artists.
Mm-hmm.
But one day, when this exists,
Right.
we'll be next level professional.
Yeah,
Basically,
we'll
what
be-
I'm saying is that we have
We'll
started
fit,
down.
we'll fit like the actual definition of professional.
We've started down this path. There's no
Mhm.
stopping it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Our art will be in a museum.
Right.
We will have to dress like crazy artists.
Right. No choice.
Our hands will get mangled.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
we didn't think this through entirely. I mean, I did. I knew the whole path
mm-hmm.
laid out
From
when
day
I became
one.
a professional artist, but I just hope it comes soon.
I just hope that the hand mangling comes after we don't need to do art
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean, that'll just add to it, really. Nobody will really be able to know the difference.
True. I mean, the way we draw art practically is already done in a way that makes our hands seem mangled.
Imagine going down this in the future, and in the the hall of 2022,
Mm-hmm.
is this drawing I just drew
Right.
on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can go and like look at it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like one of those pictures inside of a picture inside of a picture thing.
Right.
And then I can do another drawing of us standing
Looking
there.
at this picture.
Yeah.
No, then we get a photograph
Oh yeah.
of us looking at this art.
True. And we printed in ballpoint pen ink.
Yes.
A ballpoint pen printer. We'll be able to afford it by then.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all the nickels and chips we'll have made by
I've
then.
actually seen somebody make a printer using ballpoint pen and Legos.
See? It's not that far-fetched after all. But robots doing art is just... Dude, do I need to say more?
Yeah, no.
No.
But
Speaking of robots doing art...
say it's my turn. Am I the robot in this analogy?
It felt like it wasn't the best transition, but...
But yes, let's see what I draw.
Just excuse me for a moment while I remember that I never actually added a title.
Yeah, titles are very important because when you put it up on the fridge, how's anybody gonna know what the art was titled?
I don't think that's how you spell professional.
No, you missed some letters. It's professional
What? We even...
or professional.
What do I do?
You add an O, right? That's all you're missing. Just do it. Do it real little. Right. Just squeeze on in there. Make it so like there's a person shooting the O into place.
What the heck? How does that work?
Like draw a stick figure shooting a basketball, and the O is like flying to where it might go, potentially.
I'm not using my drawing glove, so this feels wrong. Sorry, dude.
That way it's like on purpose. Like, oh yeah, the O hasn't been thrown into place yet by this basketball
Wow.
guy.
You should have told me that off camera, so I could have. Artist or artists?
I don't know. we didn't really discuss the pluralness.
That was painful. Please take over.
Okay, I will. Just hand me that tablet here. And
I blame my not having my drawing glove on and my utter panic at having forgotten the title.
right.
I'll tell you honestly what went through my head. I'm thinking one day when this drawing becomes reality, in 10 or 15 days, that those little metal plaques. I didn't even draw one. You know one of those little metal plaques that they've put underneath the art?
Right.
That's so small that you can't see it in my drawing, obviously.
Yeah, like it would be like this.
Perfect. Would you just yeah, exactly. It has to say the title and maybe our style.
Mm-hmm.
Mangled hand and
Yeah, and who donated it.
yeah, exactly.
But it all fits on this size plaque.
This is like a really, really big ballpoint pen drawing
Yes.
that somehow it got bigger.
Just on a napkin.
Maybe they unfolded it, and when you unfolded it, it still
Looked
looked like it's soaked through all the layers, and when you put all of them together.
That's not how it worked. Like, it would just have duplicates.
You mean you weren't thinking about that when you drew it with me?
I'm just saying that's not how unfolding this works.
If you're intentional about it.
I don't think that's true.
Anyway.
I don't think we can make this drawing. Either way, I'm going to figure out which button clears this. It's that one. And I'm going to draw my own
goodness, it's gone.
drawing now.
That whole forgetting the letter thing was embarrassing.
Yeah, but at least you
I realized
covered it
it.
up.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Expertly.
If we chose to draw in pencil, our mistakes could be fixed.
Right.
That's not art, in our opinion, though.
No, if you can fix it, not art.
It's just like a harsh word spoken at the wrong time. You can't take it back.
Is that what they say?
I mean, I just said it. Sounds like something I've heard.
What if you do take it back, though? Then what happens?
But it's it's already been said. The damage has already been done to a degree. Emotionally. Feelings have been shattered.
What if you take it back and they say, I forgive you?
Well, I mean, that's the good, that's how Christians should respond to the situation. But that's hard. It's why the Bible talks about it.
Mm.
So it's
I see.
that is the best outcome. But when it's a spelling mistake, it's tricky.
Yeah, it's hard to forgive spelling mistakes.
Is that a centipede on a plate?
No. No, it's not.
2 centipedes on a plate.
This is
What?
a man.
This is monocle first style?
Indeed.
Fancy. What the heck is that? Monocle first style. Quite the I don't even know. I guess it's really what we should adopt now that we're professional artists.
Yeah.
Nothing more pretentious than a monocle.
This guy deserves monocle first style.
Must be a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or a really rich guy. Monopoly man.
I would say he's both. I would say...
Is the Monopoly man based on a real man?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
My understanding was that Monopoly was made by some lady who hated capitalism, and she made it to talk about the evils of capitalism. And then the Parker and Sons or whatever company bought it and changed it to be the exact opposite of that.
Did you know Monopoly was originally called Rich Uncle Pennybags?
Interesting.
Or is that just the guy's name? Oh yeah, so From the Wikipedia page, the unnamed character made his first appearance outside of Monopoly in the Parker Brothers game Dig, which was released in 1940. Who knew there was like sequels to games in the 40s? That's like when they were still inventing playing cards.
Inventing playing cards.
No, that's not true because they had them in like the Wild West.
Yeah.
I wonder when playing cards were invented. I'll have to look that up next.
Very
But he didn't
important.
receive a name until 1946 when Parker Brothers produced the game Rich Uncle, where his likeness appeared on the box lid. And according to someone, I guess, at Parker Brothers, Rich Uncle Pennybags is modeled after J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan.
Which, if you look up J.P. Morgan, he looks nothing like the Monopoly Man.
I mean,
You slap a monocle on him and a top hat, I guess anybody looks like.
yeah, that's the thing. He's a guy. He has a mustache. This guy doesn't have a mustache that I'm drawing here. That's how you know he's not.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
He's not the exact same character as Monopoly guy. But he's definitely a rich man. And
Oh,
he
well,
might
that-
be somebody's uncle.
So, as we specified at the beginning of this video, all it technically takes in our third definition of professional to become professional is
The third
Any-
definition of the second definition.
like the sub-definition of the definition C. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is just you have to make some amount of money from something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you what the first few do. Does he have
He has
one?
different number of fingers.
Wow.
Like this hand, he has 5 fingers, and this hand, he has like 3 fingers.
That's the kind of guy you want to be at like your big business. Is
Mhm.
like you want to be so important that like nobody even asks you
Yeah.
why.
So see now, I have this challenge right now, where I'm gonna draw us.
I drew us like in the future, in the styles I predict. You're drawing us lip first.
I drew the nose first.
Yeah, you're right. Lip second, I call it. Is that me or you?
This is you.
I gotta say. Oh, something terrible happened in my head. It's like in the movies when they draw like an anvil on your head and it just flattens it out. I look like one of the Three Stooges.
Aren't you though?
No.
At least I gave you hair over your ear.
Give me hair like directly under my ear also. Is that like an earring?
I'm not finished yet.
This hairstyle is worse than what I drew. What the heck?
You have like hair.
Why do I look like a caveman now? Like, actually, I take it all back.
Do you not think you look like a caveman?
I don't.
I drew hair where you have hair. Like,
I don't know.
What's your complaint?
There's just something about this version of me with the really skinny neck doesn't help either, I'll admit. I looked it up, by the way. Playing cards, they think, were invented sometime in the 12th or 13th century. Maybe around the 1370s.
Mm-hmm.
They don't exactly know where, but they're guessing in Spain or Italy. That's a
Interesting.
long time ago.
Yep. It would appear so. I gave you your baggy pants,
Oh, good. At least we're keeping something consistent with the
shorts.
style.
I guess.
I'm currently just wearing a sleeve.
Do you have the shorts and the shirt?
Yeah, but is my shirt all the way up to my neck like my turtleneck was before? Because
Well, I'm gonna give you the turtleneck.
in this drawing it just looks
turtleneck and
like
the
my
stripes.
beard has gotten out of hand.
You have the stripes.
Oh, thank you for keeping with my.
Here, these stripes are gonna be horizontal though.
Ooh,
You're not wearing like the halfway long sleeves like on your drawing though.
I've got more than one shirt probably.
And then I'm gonna be standing slightly behind you.
You know what I like about Mr. Moneybags in this? is that his desk is clearly bolted to the wall. And we're just standing on the floor.
I have.
You're not that much
gray
taller
hair
than me.
I'm also farther away.
You mean you're closer?
Nope, farther away.
You're way taller than me.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
I mean, I guess if in the future we, and by we, I guess I mean you, get the proper nutrition, you could keep growing. Hey, I didn't draw you in that last drawing with sideburns, or oh no, it was me. What is? Oh gosh,
You didn't give either of us.
You know, you had full control over what the front of our faces look like in the future, because I didn't show them. Apparently, your beard is just unruly. I mean, it is now.
It how? I'm trying to be true.
Your hair is not as thinned as I drew it.
Yeah, nobody's hair is as thin as you drew
This
it.
must be like earlier in the future.
Yeah, this isn't like quite as far into the future. My arms are still skinnier than my body.
Well, that's fortunate at least.
But my pants are gonna be hiked
Real
up.
hiked up. We're gonna be.
Imagine that I'm farther away than you.
You keep saying that. I don't know that helps anything, but
And then we've got art on here, right?
what is here? Like, his perspective and our perspective in this drawing is very complicated.
Like we're like
He's on the wall with our painting. That's what I mean. Like,
he's at a desk and we're standing in front of the desk.
his desk is bolted to the wall with our painting.
I'll draw the floor later.
We must be leaning a weird way. Like, his room is like designed with weird slopes and like ramps.
Mm-hmm.
Is this our drawing again?
Yeah, it's gonna be just the same.
I like how you cut off part of it so you don't have to draw the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't want to take forever.
Is this like our great masterpiece? This thing our first sold piece.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's probably something special about that when you're a professional artist.
and then we've got some nickels and some
That's the kind of thing we can do
chips.
when we become like absurdly famous. It's like, along with our clearly eccentric dress, is like, we only accept payments.
Isn't that why I had nickels falling out of my pocket?
Yeah.
And you're
Like,
done?
they're offering like obscene amounts of money, and we're like, we only take it in nickels. Are those chips? Is that what you said?
Yeah, chips and nickels. This
Oh, wow.
hotel
Oh, yes! The hotel.
was
If you're just hearing this video, if you're just watching this video, this is like one of our first videos you're watching. We have the idea to open, okay, so just back up for a second. You ever go to a hotel? If your answer is no, the rest of this is gonna be lost on you. But if you've ever gone to a hotel, do you remember the art in the hotel? The answer is no, because hotel art is purposely boring. They're like, we can't just leave the walls empty. So we're going to find like a generic drawing of like a plant or like, something that no one wants to look at. So you don't even think about it. You'd think about there being an empty wall, but you equally don't really think about you just don't think about there being these like boring, and they make like, big hotels. There's like thousands of this same boring painting on every single wall. So if we open a hotel, every piece of art in the whole entire hotel will be unique. There'll be a painting in the bathroom, and by a painting I mean a ballpoint pen drawing, in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the lobby, in the hallways. And people will come back to your hotel over and over and over again just to go into a different room to see a different piece of our art.
I mean, just look at this guy. This hotel was the best idea ever. I made millions.
Yeah, because the problem with
that can be you if you own a hotel.
the problem with hotels is that, like, people usually only stay in a hotel because they're doing something nearby, right? Like, stay in the hotel because we're going to Disneyland, or stay in the hotel because we're drawing the ramp.
So it's the ramp. This is the room. This is what the room's dimensions.
Anyway. But yeah, people go to, like, we're going to Disneyland or Legoland, or we're going to the beach, so we need to stay in a hotel nearby. Wow, those 2 lines fixed that so much. But if we design this kind of hotel, people will come to the hotel just to walk around the hotel. Like, they'll be like inviting other people into their rooms just to like see our art. There'll be like tours of the hotel just to see our art.
Yeah.
Like, and let's be honest, our art is not good.
No, of course not.
Our art is better and more interesting, at least, than all hotel art. Is that a drawing or the Swedish flag?
No, this is a window.
Oh, gosh.
Just making it so the room makes sense and doesn't have like an empty wall.
Do they have windows like
in hotels? In offices?
And by the way, I'm pretty sure I meant like the Swiss flag, not the Swedish. Although the Swedish flag is like, you just take that like vertical line and move it to the left a little bit, and you have the Swedish flag. It's really hard to tell without color, but you get the gist.
There'll be a sun shining brightly
in the flag,
and the cloud.
That sun is like
flag. This is the outside.
That sun is. I'm now just thinking this is another drawing in the museum because
flowers.
Yes, this looks like something that we would draw, or at least something that someone who's buying a piece of our like, yeah, in our hotel. We haven't drawn that yet. Next week we'll have to do the springtime as our drawing. But speaking of titles, you can't forget your title like I forgot mine.
Of course, it looks like something that I drew. I drew it. You watched me.
Wow, I feel silly now saying that. But we haven't drawn that yet. This is the tricky thing. Yes, we know we're professional artists now. So there are certain things in our future that are just like set in, I was going to say set in stone, but it feels more official to say like written in permanent ink.
Ballpoint pen ink, specifically.
Well, yeah, we don't use other ink.
Yeah, I'm just making sure people know.
Yeah, that's true. So we now know that in the future, our style has to change. The where you wear your pants on your body, the level has to change. We have to.
Your shorts are a little bit too short in my drawing. I hope you never follow suit with that.
It's just because just picture me farther back, or whatever.
You need to get a striped shirt with a solid turtleneck.
It just looks like I'm a pretentious referee. But yeah, turtlenecks are like the artsy thing to do. So we know this is going to happen. The hotel is going to apparently kick off.
Yep.
We're going to have to draw that for the hotel over there.
I mean, we only get paid in nickels and chips, but
again, we won't starve. Those nickels will pay for the Goodwill clothes we're wearing.
Yep.
The
and
thrift store
the
finds.
pens we need.
Like the pens, not like
like we each have.
Not like
one.
we're wearing like adult diapers, like depends. I was like, I don't really know what you're planning on for our future, but I'm not gonna get that eccentric. We draw, we never stop. It's like, okay, we joke about like not really about this hotel. This could be a thing.
Yes,
like
it would make you million. Like hotel owners that are watching.
Yeah,
this
like
we know there's a bunch of you out
it's
there
not a bad
this
idea.
video.
There are people like that do all kinds of weird art. You open this with the right crowd in the right place.
Yep.
We show up dressed like that, and you're paying us in nickels and chips. Like, this is the kind of thing that the public craves.
Like, people are looking for the next like eccentric artists to
Yes,
talk about.
exactly. There's
It
not enough
should
of
be
them.
us.
There's not enough.
I mean, I can promise that we will be the most eccentric people.
I mean, I'm not gonna like cut off my ear and mail it to anybody or anything.
well, no, but that's crazy.
yeah, we're not crazy. We're eccentric.
Yeah, we will wear whatever dorky clothes we need.
We will only take our payment in nickels and chips.
Yeah, whatever you guys want an eccentric artist to do, which is just, I mean, what you want an eccentric artist to do is be more eccentric and crazy than you can imagine. We can promise that. I can promise that.
This is the kind of artist I want to be as a professional. My amateur career has been, it took some soul searching.
Yes.
This is what we want to be.
And the reason that we're talking to you, hotel owners, specifically, is because, like, you might think, oh, do I really want to have business where I have to get all these nickels and, like, have these eccentric... Free publicity is what we're offering. We will be on the news because of how eccentric we are. And the hotel will be on the news because who would have this ballpoint pen pour art on each wall?
But then once you explain, like, it's better than every other hotel's art.
Mm-hmm. Like make commercials talking about how good the art is. You'll be on the news. You won't have to advertise again.
You can,
ever.
Yeah.
Like people will just be like, this is ridiculous. But they'll go.
Of course. If you have the choice.
Especially if it's like a 5-star hotel. You know, like a nice hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like people are just like, what's going on? And then everybody will have to go. Like every celebrity, everybody will go just because it's weird.
And then like every couple of weeks, we'll just like switch out a bunch of the art. We'll keep drawing.
Yeah.
So that like even when people have like taken pictures and posted it on the internet, which they inevitably will do.
Yeah.
Like it'll always be changing. So people will always have to come back.
Yeah. And even if there are like all these pictures and stuff, they'll just be like, it's weird that it exists, so you have to go there.
Yes. And then every time we take a painting off the wall in the hotel, the museum that I drew next door, we'll just get a new piece of art. So people will constantly have more reason to come back to your hotel. They'll stay in your hotel for the art. They'll come to the museum. You make double the money.
It's a great idea. We're guaranteeing you millions.
And you can thank us later.
Not like any sort of legal guarantee, but
you can thank us later that we chose to become professional artists this past week, because if we hadn't, this dream would be lost.
Yes.
For all three of us. So give us a comment, a like,
or send us an email.
And we will make it happen.
Yes.
But until then, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.